Okay, thank you. Call this meeting of the City of Hawarden, Iowa City Council to order Wednesday, September 14th, 2016 at 5:36 p.m. Councilman Payne is sick. Travis is at work. We're going to try and get him on the phone so to be a part of the meeting since he could not work. So not too many agenda items, so we will start with agenda item number 1A, approval of the August 24th, 2016 City Council meeting minutes.
So moved.
Moved by John. Is there a second? Seconded by Tim. Further questions or clarifications? All in favor of the August 24th City Council meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes 4-0. Next is claims for payment. I'll start to my right. Monty, questions? Okay. Travis, any questions on the phone?
None, thank you.
Okay. Tim?
No.
John, questions? Okay. Hearing no questions, entertain a motion for approval of claims for payment.
So moved.
Moved by Tim. Is there a second? Seconded by Travis. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, that passes 4-0. We have no guests in our council meeting tonight, so we'll just move to the mayor's report. I want to thank everyone who volunteered and helped to finance a very successful Labor Day weekend. It seemed that all of the activities were very well attended. Our special thanks goes to Kathy from the Hawarden Chamber of Commerce for all the work that she puts in. It was a great weekend for our community. As I sit in my office, my thanks go to the youth for using the crosswalk and near the library. It's been a great safety device at the crosswalk. They're using it very diligently and working very nicely. Our sympathy to Leah and Mike DeBryan with the death of Leah's mother. They sent us a thank you today, thanking us for the lovely flowers. It was very thoughtful and greatly appreciated. Mike and Leah, the family of Joanne Sandbolt. So again, our sympathies to you, Mike and Leah, with the death of your mother-in-law. Agenda item number 2B is City Council comments. Anything from the council tonight? Hearing nothing, we'll move to staff reports. We'll start with Mike, please.
Just to add on what you said, we've been watching the crosswalk and the crosswalk signal and see people using it all the time, so it's great that, like today, I went by there after school and there was just a large group of kids waiting to bunch up to use it, and so it's just really nice to see that getting used the way it is.
And thanks to the traffic for obeying the laws there, obviously. So, Jim, anything from the city attorney's point of view?
No, nothing.
Thanks. Pam from finance?
No, nothing.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tom Kane, please.
I have a couple things. The company that normally does our appliance pickup in the fall has gone bankrupt, so they will no longer do that.
Whoops.
We will still be able to take appliances at our citywide cleanup, which is going to be September 30th, October 1st, and 2nd. The electric department, Gary and myself, met with NIPCO about updating the switch where we tie into their system. They would like to make it so that we have options and we can be fed separately between us and Northwest REC. Right now we're tied together. It will require 2 4-hour outages and 1 8-hour outage. They'll take place sometime in March or April. And we're part of they're doing 50 miles of upgrades per year, and it's our section to be done. They're working on a 500-mile upgrade. They'll do a 10-year project for that. These lines are about the same age as our incoming line. They were put in 1958, most of them. And they have not let the contract yet. And I did contact Missouri River today, and their transmission engineers are looking at it to see if there's any way to do this in a little more timely fashion or a little easier fix for our city. We hope to have NIPCO's engineer come to one of the meetings as well. So the outage we had on 9/7/16, NIPCO reported 2 instantaneous outages at 2:13 and 2:14 due to a thunderstorm. So if you notice your lights blinking in the morning like I did.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Good. Yeah, thanks for keeping on top of the outage. When that happens, we'll be well prepared, at least at that point, hopefully, so. Okay, Gary, anything?
No, I don't have much more other than the streetlight project is ongoing. I suppose you've probably all seen that the poles and the bases are all removed, with the exception of about 2 or 3 of the bases that have a gas line running through them. But seemed like in the old days, they dug down and found the gas line, and they said, oh, well, and they just poured the concrete anyway. So they're going to be a little bit more of a challenge.
Take
But
those out carefully, would you?
yeah. So anyway, it's progressing as planned and seems to be going pretty smoothly. A few little hiccups, but other than that.
Okay. And they're also cutting down some of the dirt and those types of things too on some of the
Yep.
properties, so that'll make it real nice. Okay. Any questions for staff from council members? If not, we'll move to Jason Pullman, please. Hospital update.
Good evening. If you drive around, it's again progressing, and all of a sudden you're going to be seeing, that it's not progressing very far. But if you walk inside the 4 walls of the new organization, all the rooms are painted. Most of the tile in the bathrooms are installed and being already grouted. They're continuing to work on finishes. Things are really going fast, and it's going faster than I anticipated. But it's still a lot of work to do yet. The next phase is they're going to be starting to level out some dirt and starting to pour concrete on the outside. So you'll be seeing all the fence being removed, and then they'll be doing some more grade work so they can put the parking lot in, and and then also some more of the concrete work. Biggest change in the next day or so is that our ER entrance will be rerouted down on is it L Street, and so all of our entrances for the organization for inpatient, outpatient, and emergency room will be located on that main entrance. We have the city has come over and so graciously striped an area for the ambulance to unload. And then we have signs with, and that we can stick in sand buckets for ER parking and also handicap parking. We're also going to identify a couple areas across the way for outpatient visitor parking. And then we have signs that'll go up tomorrow at noon to direct people to the main entrance now on all corners of the lot, and so you should be able to find the emergency room entrance. After that, they're going to be taking the current entrance and taking the concrete out, because my biggest concern is we are creatures of habit, and when you have an emergency, the first place you're going to go is where you normally go. I thought about talking about blocking the street off, but we have residents in that area, so that was not a wise solution. But we will be taking the concrete, so it's definitely you can't drive in here, and then we'll be putting a sign pointing to the right direction for the emergency room. Other than that, we've been doing some inside work trying to expedite the last piece of the exterior of the organization, and so we've been building some temporary walls and relocating people, and so that's been kind of a challenge, but we're working through that also. Other than that, things are going well. We're still about 2 weeks behind, but we're trying to catch up as much as possible, and then on budget-wise, we're on budget. We had to use a little bit of contingency money, but very strong contingency left, right around $500,000 still in contingency, and we're about 2/3 of the way done. So, any questions, comments about the building?
Looks good.
Okay.
Looks great. It's exciting.
Yeah, we'll be happy to get into it for sure.
Staff will be too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with
Yep.
us again. Appreciate it very much. Agenda item number 4 is approval resolution 2016-18. This would be setting the fiscal year 2017 salaries. Gary, want to give any talk to that before this is brought forth to the council?
Other than the fact that they're all driven by the collective bargaining unit, all salaries are tied back to that, and so everyone that was given a raise was given the same raise that was approved on the collective bargaining unit, so we just mirror that throughout the rest of the staff, so.
Is there a motion for approval of the resolution 2016-18?
So moved.
Moved by Tim, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. Further questions or clarifications? Roll call vote, please, for resolution 2016-18.
Olson?
Olson?
Harvey?
Yes.
Girth?
Aye.
Feldhacker?
Aye.
On a 4-0 roll call vote, resolution 2016-18 passes. Agenda item number 5 is approval of the resolution 2016-19. This is the fiscal year 2016 street finance report, a report that's due every year at this point in time, put together by Pam and Cheryl. And so I would entertain a motion for resolution 2016-19.
So moved.
Moved by Tim, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. Questions, clarifications? Hearing none, roll call vote, please, for 2016-19 street finance report.
Girth?
Aye.
Feldhacker?
Aye.
Olson? Harvey?
On a 4-0 roll call vote, resolution 2016-19 passes. Agenda item number 6. This is a resolution 2016-20 authorizing the use of a preliminary official statement for the sale of bonds. Here, you want to give any background to that? I missed the last meeting with that.
Again, we're attempting to refinance existing debt that the city has at a lower interest rate in order to save the city some money. In order to do that, we have a tremendous amount of work to go through, and one of those was to prepare a preliminary official statement that provides all the information about the city and the city utility and the condition of the city, basically, so that those that want to buy these bonds can bid on them with full disclosure of the current condition of the city. So we had to prepare this preliminary statement for them to go out with this statement to see what type of interest rate availability there is, and whether, and then make the decision whether that makes sense to refinance based on what we're currently at. So,
Is there a motion for resolution 2016-20?
So moved.
Moved by Tim, is there a second? Seconded by Travis. Further questions or clarifications with this? Roll call vote, please, for resolution 2016-20.
Feldhacker?
Aye.
Olson?
Travis?
Olson? Harvey? Girth?
Aye.
On a 4-0 roll call vote, resolution 2016-20 passes. Last agenda item is a consent agenda for Brian Engelman and Sportsman's Lanes to transfer the liquor license for Saturday, September 17th. Is there a motion for that consent agenda?
So moved.
Moved by John, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Tim. All in favor of the consent agenda item, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? That passes 4-0. Our next regular stated meeting will be September the 28th. I would entertain a motion at this point to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Tim,
Second.
seconded by John. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hawarden City Council is adjourned. Thank you for your attendance.